Alright, the boat we're reviewing today is a 15-foot Stryker, which is actually a 15-foot 11-inch boat. It has a Honda 50 on it, program fuel injection. This particular boat is a 2003. The motor is a 2012. As you see, it's equipped with Garmin GPS and a Garmin fish finder and the Solaris VHF unit. So, sitting on a rogue trailer, nice galvanized trailer. Drive on side guides. Quite a nice little package. So we're going to turn the unit off here for a minute and put it in the water and we'll go for a ride. As you can see, the trailer has the UHMW drive on side guides and bunks. Very nice heavy duty trailer for this small a boat. As you can see, the boat has a very nice stance in the water. Fairly high water line, plenty of side height for a small boat like this. So we're going to jump in here and see how the Honda starts and runs. This motor is electronically fuel injected, which is nice. We're going to trim the motor down. Turn the key on. Starts just the way it should. We always walk back to make sure that we have water flowing out of the water pump water intake and identification tube. As you see, it has a Marine cranking battery and the Mercury water separating fuel filter. This boat is equipped with a Sombrella top and side curtains, no backdrop. Motor fired right up, that's always a good sign. Step out here and get our rope. All our consignments, we take them out, do a water test on them, make sure everything functions properly. That way when you purchase a boat from us, you have confidence that it's going to run and do what it's supposed to do. So, get out here, idle it out of the Marina. Steering works nice and smooth. Hour meter says it has 1,165 hours. Turn on the Garmin fish finder. Shows the water's 49 degrees and we're in 10 feet of water. Additionally, it has a GPS map Garmin 172C, global map, and a Solaris VHF. We'll just monitor channel 16. Honda tachometer showing us we're at 1,000 RPMs. This is the hour meter for the old motor, so that's inconsequential. It's also equipped with a windshield wiper, and a bilge pump, and another accessory switch. So if you want to add any accessories, you can do that. As you see on the GPS, we have the waterway that's in front of us. We're in Coos Bay, ocean's that way. The Bay Bridge and the chip pile where all the salmon hide are up to our right, which is north. Alright, so we're idling at about 900 RPMs. Everything looks good. So normally what I'll do, trim the motor all the way down, and then I'll count it on to plane. So we're going to count in 1 second intervals. So here we go. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. 4 seconds to plane. Motor's turning 6,000 RPMs. With no load in the boat, I would think that that would be a little high, but we'll see. As you load the boat, it'll drag it down more. Now I'm going to trim the boat up to see what happens. It should really react to trim. You can feel the nose of the boat lift and it starts running much smoother, but we are on the rev limiter of the motor. That means that with a full load in this, it should be propped just right. GPS says we're going 28.5 miles an hour. That miss you heard was the rev limiter on the motor. making sure that we don't over rev it. Back the throttle down a little bit. Out crabbing. As you see, the boat runs nice and clean, low wake. Quite a bit of room left in the boat too. Down to trolling speed. All right, with the wind we're running 3.7 miles per hour, so that isn't unusual. You know, your basic best salmon trolling speed's about 2.2 miles an hour. As you see, we're marking fish here. We'll spin it around the other way here. Again, we're marking fish up higher in the water column, quite a few fish actually. One of the biologists told us that this is the best herring run in the bay since 1972. There's a fish on the bottom. I don't know if you're familiar with how these work, but that's the signature you'll get for a fish. That's a fish. This is surface clutter and probably bait fish up on top. All right, we're down to 1.3 miles an hour. Not too bad for pulling plugs for salmon, if in fact that's what you like to do. Overall condition of the boat is good. Runnability seems really good. I've checked the navigation lights. They function properly. I checked the bilge pump. It is operating properly. We have a small Ritchie compass. We're headed basically due south back to the ramp. As you see, this has a 2-door step through. This allows you to pull this up and out of the way if you're going back and forth a lot. It also has a fish box in the nose and a rope storage in the nose. It comes with a Danforth anchor, about 10 feet of chain, and the customer, the owner, tells me it's about 150 feet of line. Looks closer to 100 to me, but all in all, not a bad deal. All right, we're going to close this bad boy up, run back to the dock. Still a marking fish. That's very interesting. For the first day of March, that's a lot of fish around here. 48-degree water out in the channel. And we'll just drive it up slow this time. See what happens. There's 2,800, or 2,600, 2,800, 3,000, not on plane yet. 32, motor still running smooth. Probably going to take about 4,000 RPMs to plane the boat. All right, the boat is up and on plane. Very comfortable speed to run at. Plus, it's quite fuel efficient at this RPM. So, not a bad day out on Coos Bay. We're on a rising tide. I think high tide is in about 2 hours. So we do have some sand banks exposed. Watching the fellows over there doing their crab lines, I saw him throwing a bunch of shorts out. Pardon me. If you haven't experienced Coos Bay, boy, there is something going on here all the time. Salmon, California halibut, bottom fish, crabs, clams, Just a great place to come enjoy. If you look around the boat, it has a nice large jockey box, plenty of storage around the edges for your rods, has rod holders underneath the gunnels. This has a wide enough gunnel on it that it's a quite safe boat to be in. Alright, we're going to run it up a little faster now. RPMs, 25 miles an hour, 24.8. You see the capacity is 4 persons. It'll take up to a 75 horsepower engine, but the 50 is just fine. This would make quite a nice family boat, or for a couple that just have finally raised their family and want a nice safe boat to fish in. Alright, we're in 18.4 feet of water, 48 degrees. Shows us coming up the channel here towards the dock. Something I always like to do, put the boat in reverse and see how it handles against the current. See if it'll back around. That's going to tell you a lot about how it'll be when you try to dock it. They say Honda motors idle like a Singer sewing machine, and this one's a very nice example of that. Alright, so it's coming around, turning very good. Now I'm going to turn it back the other way and see how it does. Steering is very smooth. And it's starting to come back around. What this tells me is that the motor is at about the right height. If it were too high, it wouldn't want to turn back the other way. Sometimes it'll only turn one way really good in reverse. So as you see, it's coming right back around. Now this can be a real asset when you're docking the boat, to have good control. Good control means confidence. Confidence means you don't nick anything up or cost yourself any money. And we'll go back into forward. Nice smooth shift. Picks the throttle up just fine. And back to the dock. Some more folks taking advantage of the Coos Bay. This is the Empire ramp, quite a nice ramp. It really gets full during salmon season and crabbing too. Lots of people out crabbing today, taking advantage of some decent weather. It's been kind of rainy around here. Like the seagull's getting himself a meal there. Got a small crab. As you see, the boat docks really well. Can come up nice and smooth. Get close to the dock, just put it in reverse. Reach out and catch it. Well, that ends our demonstration of the 15-foot Stryker with the 50-horse Honda electronically fuel-injected engine with power trim and tilt. We'll be putting it back on the trailer, and thank you for your time.